Hey there, everybody. It's Kim Danger, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about emotional eating. This is a really hot topic in my challenge groups because so many of us struggle with this issue. And just to get to the root of it, I would describe emotional eating as eating for any reason other than hunger. It could be boredom, it could be stress, it could be you're reaching to food for comfort. You're looking for food to fill a problem other than just being hungry. And if you tell me that you haven't done some type of emotional eating in your life, I would probably tell you you're a liar, because I think we can all relate to it on some level. The thing is, some of us have more issues with it than others. And those of us who don't, it could be that whatever emotional issues you are dealing with are just manifesting in some other way. For some people, it could be an addiction. For some people, it could be hoarding. It could be, any number of unhealthy behaviors. But the gist of it is your emotions, that's what we need to deal with if you really want to lose weight. So first of all, let's really tap into the triggers. I want you guys in our challenge groups to really think about the time that you feel the weakest and you're compelled to do that emotional eating, whether it's boredom or stress or anxiety, could just be habit. So if you have a piece of note paper, jot it down, okay? Let's figure out what times of day you're most likely to eat for reasons other than hunger. A lot of people, it could be that mid-afternoon slump when you're just simply feeling tired. It could be in the evening when you're bored, or, maybe you want to reward yourself for something at the end of the day. So the first thing is just to really figure out when you're doing it. And then you can, because you know when you're doing it, it's easier to identify the why behind it, in my opinion. Just something that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm not necessarily an emotional eater, but sometimes I like to grab a drink at the end of the day. And so I know that in my mind, that is, number one, a reward for making it through the day. We've got 2 teenagers, and if you've raised kids, you know that can be stressful in and of itself. And also, too, it helps me relax. So I can recognize that now a lot more easily than I could have a couple years ago. So for you, it might be food. Are you using food to help you relax, as a reward, whatever? This is something that you're going to have to work through on your own. So second of all, let's figure out how we can replace that with a healthy behavior. So for me, one of the things that I plan on doing, because I'm kind of getting back into that habit of grabbing a drink at 5 or 6 o'clock while I make dinner. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, I don't like it to become a habit. So what I'm going to be doing is scheduling my workouts for later in the day, because I find that if I need that little anxiety release or something to calm my nerves, I can get that relaxation in a much healthier way if I go for a couple-mile jog. And now that it's getting nicer outside, I'm much more willing to do that than I was in the wintertime. So let's figure out what your triggers are and what healthy habits we can replace them with. If you're looking for comfort or friendship, it might be you grab your phone and text or call a friend instead. If you're bored, why don't you go and, I don't know what you like to do for hobbies, but for me, it would be reading a book or playing a game or, some mindless game on my phone. I mean, not that that's productive, but it's a lot healthier than doing your emotional eating habits. So another reason or another tactic that I want you guys to do besides recognizing your trigger times and the reasons why is also paying attention to the self-talk that is going on in your mind before you reach for something. Because sometimes we self-sabotage and we are like that little bully that is following us around, and we are our own worst enemies. So are you eating because you've already told yourself you're a fat pig and who cares, and you've had a cookie today already anyway, so what's the point? This is real inner dialogue that happens, and you have to pay attention to that as well and replace that negative self-talk with something that will be true and much more productive, okay? I find that I am so much harder on myself than anyone else is, and I am much meaner to myself than I would be to anyone else on the face of this earth, which is really kind of sad. You know, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, look at all those crow's feet. Look at those lines on your face. Oh, look at how damaged your hair is. I mean, I was just looking at that this morning, you guys. So I am my own worst critic. And sometimes when we do this all the time and we beat ourselves up mentally, it's a self-defeating thing. You know, by the end of the day, if you've been doing that to yourself all day long, who cares if you have a cookie? I mean, because you've already pretty much told yourself you're a loser anyway, right? So we need to be talking to ourselves in a way that encourages us and supports our own effort. And, you know, this is basically neuro-linguistic programming, you guys, NLP, but it works. And there's so many scientific reasons around it. It's not just that Stuart Smalley skit from SNL where he looks into the mirror and he says, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. I mean, I always think of that and how cheesy that is. But there is so much proof that supports the fact that if you talk to yourself in a positive way, it actually changes your life. It changes your outlook. It changes the things that come into your life and so many different things. So instead of looking in the mirror, for me, and like, I hate this line in between my eyes, you guys. So anyway, instead of doing that tomorrow and saying, oh my God, Kim, really? Like, you should get Botox. It's really bad. Maybe I'll tell myself, girlfriend, you're 46 years old. You look great. You're rocking it. Good going. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I know it sounds really cheesy, but you guys can do this too. Okay. So whatever your negative self-talk issues are, please recognize them. And we all do them. If you say you don't, I want to hear from you. What are your secrets? Because I think this is something that we all struggle with. So anyway, that's what I had for you guys today. Overweight is usually just a symptom of something. We have to peel back all these layers and figure out what we're really struggling with, whether it's anxiety, whether we need comfort, friendship, whether we're bored, so many other healthier ways to deal with these things. So we want to recognize what's going on, whether it's with our habits, in our, bigger issues that could stem from a long time ago. And then we also have to pay attention to how we talk to ourselves, because these are all things that when we recognize them, they're easy to fix. If we can't identify them, we can't fix them. So anyway, hope that helped you guys, and I really look forward to working with you.